Wonder why they didn't take him along.
I don't know. And I don't like him even from here.
What's the matter? Don't you get along with the Scots?
I do not, and I don't know anyone else who does, except another Scot.
Well, sister's a Scot, isn't she?
She is not. She taught school there for a while, kindergarten. And after 3 months of trying to teach a bunch of young Scots to speak English, she had a nervous breakdown.
Well, she's fine, whatever she is.
She's lovely. There's a little heart.
What have you got against the Scots?
I'm Scottish myself, Scotch descent. You should have known my grandfather Angus. There were two infallible beings to his way of thinking, Angus MacDonald and God. Sometimes God was wrong, but never Grandfather Angus. You know what he used to make me do every time I lost my temper?
Now what?
Recite the books of the Bible.
I ain't get away.
You didn't.
Well, I can still do it. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Samuel, Kings, Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Mechab, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. You wonder why I hate the Scots.
He must have been a terror, your grandfather.
You know what he'd do if you got the best of him in an argument? He'd pretend he didn't hear you and start playing his bagpipes. How I learned to hate bagpipes. Now I know why the Scots always march when they play them. They're trying to get away from the sound. Yes, sir, if it were humanly possible for me to get rid of my Scottish blood, I'd donate it all to the Red Cross.
You sure you don't want any help?
I need no help.
Ah, come on, mate.
I told you I need no help.
Here he is, sister.
Why did you let him carry all that?
He wouldn't let me touch it.
Oh. We didn't introduce ourselves this morning. I'm Sister Parker. It's nice to have you here. Lachlan McLaughlin. That's a nice name. You're a Scot, aren't you?
I'd hardly be called McLaughlin if I were not a Scot.
Oh, I don't know. Quite a few parents give their children Scottish names because they like them.
It deceives no one, parading under false pretenses.
Well, I doubt if it's a deliberate plot against the Scots.
I presume we've exhausted this topic of conversation. Is there aught more you want of me?
Guess not. Come along. We'll find you a bed. This way, please. Now, boys, this is our new patient, Corporal Lachlan McLaughlin.
Hiya, Mike.
I know you're all going to be great friends.
Yeah,
Of course we are, yes.
You'll find that Corporal McLaughlin has a wonderful sense of humor. Oh, Yank, would you fix him up with a bed?
Sure.
I do not like to have things done for me.
Don't you? I love to have things done for me.
You may, not I.
The colonel said you could sit up if you wanted to or get into bed and rest.
I'll sit and think a bit.
Just as you like.
Here, Buster, try this one. The last fellow that had it was a light sleeper. No bumps.
I'll take this one.
Want to smoke?
Of my own.
Ah, go on. Take one of these. They're not issue. I got them from home.
I do not accept presents.
Why not?
I've no wish to put myself in any man's debt.
Cigarette isn't going to put you very deep in debt.
I'll smoke my own.
Okay.
Hey, Jock.
He's talking to you.
My name's no Jock.
All Scots said Jock to me.
If you must address me, you'll use my proper name.
Well, I heard Sister call you something, but I didn't catch it. What is it?
It's Lackland something.
All right, lackey. How's that?
What did you want?
I thought you might feel like talking.
About such as?
Well, nothing. Just talk.
I place little value on talking of nothing.
He's a Scot, all right.
Hey, lackey. You may have noticed I'm a bit plump.
Aye.
Well, I shouldn't eat this stuff. Here, you give it to him, Yank.
Here you are, Buster.
May I be so bold as to ask what you're thrusting on my person?
Well, it's a bar of chocolate. Don't you want it?
Is it no good?
Well, of course it's good. It's very good. What do you think he's giving it to you for?
Why are you?
Well, I want it, but I thought you might want it more. Is that an insult?
It's not consistent.
Grandfather Angus rides again.
Hey, lackey. Would you like a book to read?
I place little value on books. They're a waste of a thinking man's time.
Oh. So you're a thinking man.
Aye.
Well, you're also a bit small to be so unpleasant.
When you get that thing off your arm, I'll show you how unpleasant I can be, small as I am.
What regiment were you with, lackey?
Why'd you ask?
Just curious. Thought I might know somebody in your outfit.
Are you a Scot?
No, but my grandfather was.
I think it unlikely you'd find your grandfather in my regiment.
Look, Buster, I know where my grandfather is. He's in the family plot where he belongs. But I was an ambulance driver, got around quite a bit. I thought we might have some friends in common.
Most unlikely. I do not make friends freely.
You don't make friends, period.
I do not have a kilt.
You must have a kilt.
I don't must at all.
But you said you belonged to the Camerons.
We're required to pay for the kilt ourselves. And there's a great cost to a proper kilt.
If I were in your regiment, I'd buy the finest to be had, no matter what it cost.
Being a woman, you would. I put my money to better use. It's in Scotland. In the earth.
I knew it. He's got it buried in a tin can.
Ha-ha! Would you care to have me rattle your jaw with my fist?
Oh, relax, Buster. You wouldn't hit a man with malaria, would you?
Yank, if you're not well, lie down and be quiet, and please be civil.
Look, Buster, do you mind if I ask you just one question?
I'll grant you one.
What are you so griped about?
Would you be so kind as to speak the King's English?
Buster, I've got a parrot talks better English than you do.
I pity you didn't learn from your parrot, then.
I just want to know what you're sore at. When people try to be friendly, why can't you be nice?
And who's been friendly?
Well, the sister, for one, and us too, for that matter.
Well, you should have told me. I could have saved you time and trouble. I place no value on casual friendships. I do not like to have my freedom nibbled into.
Just what do you put a value on?
If you'd used your God-given wits, you wouldn't ask. I value my privacy. Do you mind?
Well, you can have it. You can sit in your own private world and hug yourself to death. As far as we're concerned, brother, you won't exist.
If you didn't mind, I'm not your brother.
Somebody give me a dull razor. I think I'll cut my throat.
Hey, Yank. Sister's going to take a dim view of this.
Well, he asked for it, didn't he? He's getting just what he wants.
All right. Good night, Kiwi. No, no, Blossom.
Good night, Digger.
Good night, fellas.
What was that?
Don't you look at me.
Bagpipes. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Samuel, King.